Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Stefanie Drysdale's weekly cybersecurity recap. It's number 70 for Friday, May 7th, 2021. Miss Stephanie, welcome back.
Thank you, Chuck. How are you?
I'm doing well. Now, I saw an interesting story you posted this week on LinkedIn. It had to do with, I'm going to say, mobile phone takeover is the best way I can describe it. It's not cloning, it's worse, and a whole bunch of other good stuff this week. So tell us what's going on in the cybersecurity world.
Perfect. So I'll just jump in. Tech Explorer shared what can hackers do with your mobile number. The article references the fact that the UK's Prime Minister Boris Johnson had his cell phone number exposed over 15 years ago. Originally, it was exposed at the bottom of a press release from 2006. So the security concerns related to that are really far reaching, though as of yet, there's no evidence of any compromise directed at him. So while most of us aren't the prime minister, our cell numbers are still a very valuable piece of information that in the wrong hands can definitely be used for nefarious intent. So one is impersonation, where the bad actor calls your cell provider pretending to be you and using very effective social engineering techniques, offers many details like your date of birth, your address, your social security number that seem to verify your identity to convince them to port out your number to a new SIM card or a different carrier, thus rendering your phone a brick and rerouting all of your comms and app access to their device. So another attack uses the phone number to gain access to the victim's social media accounts, allowing them to send and read your messages, scam your connections, followers, even steal cryptocurrency, and maliciously delete your data. Surveillance is another attack. At times, utilizes advanced spyware. Some will send you a link that when you click it, installs spyware that gives access to the victim's location, the communications, call records, everything else. So just a reminder to keep that number close to the cuff. Give it out only to trusted individuals and perhaps use a VoIP or burner for less secure use cases. And if you're tasked with protecting a principal, please feel free to reach out and add some additional protections through executive digital protection. Pop culture shared college coach arrested, accused of tricking student athletes into sending nude photos. Another example of sextortion, preying on the guilt and the gullibility of victims to worry about something they'd previously done that was now coming back to haunt them. And we see so many of these because, unfortunately, they're very successful. And it just is a good reminder to talk with your kids, your spouse, your teams to remind them that being a target of one of these scams is all too common and most times not based on any evidence or information that the victim has actually exposed, but just fear and shame that the attacker is trying to instill. So if you're still worried, feel free to reach out to a trusted person or myself and never communicate with the criminal directly. Careers Info Security shared ISC2, only 13% of cybersecurity pros had a cyber education, with only 55% having worked in IT previously. So just a reminder that there are many paths into the field and many directions you can take once you're in. So this is also a good reminder for those looking for new talent that some of the most talented and respected names in our industry may not have taken a predictable path and therefore might have been overlooked based on the criteria that you may be insisting your new hires possess. So diversity absolutely includes physical and cultural attributes, but also includes varied and non-traditional educational and career paths, as well as the neurodiverse. This is also is discussed in greater detail in a Forbes article titled Cybersecurity and the Untapped Talent Pool of People Who Are Neurodiverse. So definitely catch that. Security Magazine shared 7 things every CISO must know about ransomware. Really helpful overview, and I would go a step further to suggest that it's something that we should all know about how to better protect ourselves and our companies against it. It covers the true definition of ransomware, a quick history, the significance, and some variants. It also talks about ransomware as a service and some real-world examples of ransomware. But most importantly, how you can best defend your organization against it, such as security awareness training, org-wide antivirus and firewalls, and of course, backing up your data. Hashcash HCX shared blockchain replacing the age-old SIM card, a possibility. Interesting conversation that addresses the growing insecurity of traditional passwords and touches on the questions that would need addressing related to a full transition to blockchain and the companies that would likely be left behind in the process. So, definitely worth reading that one. Crepson Security shared Experience Credit Freeze security is still a joke. Using the Request Your PIN feature, an attacker was able to obtain the victim's PIN number and unfreeze their account, opening the door for the attacker to open new lines of credit in the victim's name. In most cases, the attacker is able to use open source intelligence and exposed credentials from prior breaches to get enough information to access the user's account. The problem here is that the free service does not offer multi-factor authentication or notifications if someone's attempting to access your account or edit your preferences. So that is not unless you cough up the $15 to $25 a month for the credit lock service. So Experian isn't alone in these vulnerabilities, as TransUnion and Equifax have been found to have similar issues. For now, your best bet is to keep a really close eye on your credit report for any suspicious or unauthorized activity and report it quickly. And that's what I have for you all this week. I hope everyone is doing well and gearing up for a very happy Mother's Day weekend. Happy Mother's Day to all of you out there who have human babies or fur babies, or those of you who are playing mother this Mother's Day. I hope you all are well, and I look forward to seeing you all next Friday.